cute.
Food.
Squishy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is. Yes, I guess. Because I read somewhere the jellyfish are immortal.
No, I wouldn't expect them to be used for renewable.
I have not heard of it, but I guess it could, since it.
So, what is the big problem with the world today? Energy, energy, energy. Our main sources of energy are killing us, but we still can't get enough. So, scientists have to come up with these new groundbreaking and renewable sources of energy, and these strange solutions quite often come from problems themselves. What am I talking about? Well, jellyfish. They're pretty strange. They're 90% water, don't really have a brain, but then they're these strange villains in a dodgy James Bond movie. You know, they have these dome bodies and then these weird tentacles, and they'll sting you if you get too close, and they're taking over the world. Yep, that's right, taking over the world. They have this crazy ability to overpopulate and take over bodies of water by this phenomenon known as jellyfish blooms. So how is this happening? The increased carbon emissions have decreased the pH in water, and this is extremely favourable for jellyfish to grow and for them to reproduce. And in fact, they have this ability to overcome harsh environments, and they don't really have that many predators anymore due to overfishing. And when you add this to the fact that they're fertile from day 13 and they can produce up to 10,000 eggs a day, you can probably start seeing the problem. Now, if you look at this map that shows all the places affected by jellyfish blooms, you can see it's quite extensive and it's quite scary. But if we just zoom in on one particular place, the Caspian Sea. So the Caspian Sea has been greatly affected by one particular jellyfish called the Nemiopsis lidii, and in fact it's been so prevalent in the area that in just 1 year from its first sighting, it was found over the entire Caspian Sea. And it's had some real impacts on the area because it has a perfect temperature and the perfect salinity. There's no natural predators, so it's been blooming quite a lot. And it likes to eat the zooplankton, but this area relies on fishing, and the lack of zooplankton has impacted the fish stocks, and therefore it has negatively impacted the economy. So we have too many jellyfish, not enough energy. What do? We make a jellyfish energy farm. So you may not know this, but jellyfish are actually incredibly efficient swimmers. And when they push water out of their bell, they create two vortices. The first is quite usual, you would probably expect it, but the second is recently been found that it's actually really unique to jellyfish, and it's like an extra push along, and so they actually travel further whilst using less energy. So it's pretty cool. And you can probably imagine, in the Caspian Sea, we can fit probably 60 trillion jellyfish, and they swim in an up and down fashion, and they will create waves, and we can harness the power of these waves by using devices such as the power buoy or the hydraulic sea carpet. And this hydraulic power can be harnessed, and we would use it to power turbines to create usable electrical energy. Now, we're realists. We know that jellyfish aren't immortal, and one day they will eventually die. But we have this waste not, what not attitude here at Jelly Energy, and we've come up with a way to ferment jellyfish waste and create biogas. And this biogas would be 2/3 methane, 1/3 carbon dioxide. And we could burn this again to power turbines, and this would generate heat, energy, and also electrical energy. So there you go, that's Jelly Energy's solution to the world energy crisis. So we're going to create energy, stimulate the economy, and also we'll provide this extra food source for the areas. So if there's any questions, I can take those now.
Hi, the GFP is found in the Acheus victoria jellyfish, and studies have shown that it can be converted into solar cells. But this is not found in the Nemiopsis. The Nemiopsis has bioluminescence, if I'm correct. Is there a way to directly convert this bioluminescence into energy?
Yeah, we've had some thoughts about it. My personal favourite idea would be to create this watertight glass box, put it under the surface of the water, and then on each side you would have a solar panel, and they would collect the bioluminescent light energy and then harvest it in the usual way that solar panels would work.